lovelies, it's Jo from Angels and Ancestors, and this is going to be a collective reading for June. My last video did quite well, so thank you so much for all of those of you that visited and liked and all the rest of it. It actually made my day. So the reason I'm doing collective readings and not readings associated with astrological signs at the moment is because I am so busy. I wanted to get back into this, but I wanted also to be able to do the other projects that I'm doing as well. So collective readings is what I'm doing at the moment. That may change given some time. So it's collective reading for June. So let's ask the Divine Feminine cards if they can give us, a card, 2 cards for June. Okay, they want us to have 2. Oh wow, good news, congratulations. What is it that is going to be good news for the collective? What is it that is going to make us all feel so much better? Whoa, look at this, number 4, Christine and Enlightenment. I think it's being more aware of what's going on around you, more aware of probably the political world and very possibly your inner circle, what is going on in that as well. But definitely there's good news and enlightenment coming forward for all of us. And that's a really good start to the reading. So we're going to do a WTF spread. So what is the current situation? What started this WTF? And I would use the actual words, but okay. Yeah, people are getting struck off swearing too much. So the first aspect, facing your fears and taking your power back. How is the collective? Oh, that didn't take long, did it? And then we've got the second aspect. What have you been manifesting? Your wish fulfillment and why this may be FUD. So what is the collective manifesting generally? What energy are the collective putting into the universe? Well, you had to be in there somewhere. Okay. Movement and journey. Where you need to be for the collective. Oh, that's on the floor. Oh, okay. So this one is what you can do about the situation. And then we're looking, what we can't do about the situation. Well, that's a bit of a story, isn't it? Now, normally I would put all of those back and say, don't be ridiculous, let's be sensible. But because it's a collective reading, not everybody's experience is going to be exactly the same. So this is what is out of your hands. Reconnecting with your true selves, your true identity, your community. Okay, pushing peas uphill with your nose. What's happening next? The outcome. Okay. So what started the WTF for this reading, and you have got the page of Athames. Now this page draws down the energy in a basic rudimentary way, knowing that the energy that surrounds them is theirs and theirs alone. Now social prescribing may see that that energy is used in other aspects, but this little page comes along with messages, and it's saying use your knowledge and your wisdom and allow the moon to highlight for you what it is that you need to do next. Now this page, because it's drawing down energy with the Athame, they're drawing energy down to cut things out. They're drawing energy down to create new things. So there's a little book here that may be full of ideas, or it may be just to record what the feeling is. You've got a candle for intention, but you've got the moon and the owl, which is wisdom. So although it's rudimentary and basic, there is a lot of wisdom around this. So what they're telling you is go back to basics. Stop trying to make everything so damn complicated. We didn't when we were kids, so why should it be complicated now? And people are going to be shouting at the screen, going, we've got bills to pay, we're doing this, we're doing that. Yes, we know adulting is difficult. However, if you want to tap in to that vibrational energy that you were born with, everybody is born with their right vibrational energy, and it's social structures that kind of puts us off of those energies. So the vibrational energy you were born with, that's going to be what you was really interested in as a kid. That's going to be what it was that really sparked a flame for you. And maybe your plan A never got realised because plan B had to kick in because of responsibilities. And it's saying now, draw this energy back down, because plan A may just well be around the corner for the collective. If you're not doing what is making you happy, you really do need to question your knowledge around why you're not happy and your wisdom about what you can do about it. So the first aspect, facing your fears and taking your power back. Oh my days. How beautiful these two cards. So you got the Three of Chalices, celebrating with friends, family and community. And the Four of Wands, another celebration coming in. Now this celebration, a lot of people put it down to engagements, weddings, anniversaries, that sort of thing. It can also be a celebration of the collective. It can be a celebration of a business. It can be a celebration that is being planned collectively and worldwide. And, you know, being planned, something's going to happen in June where there's going to be a lot of celebration. This is the basic stuff where you're celebrating for yourself, you're celebrating with your friends, you're celebrating with your communities, your families. This one's a little bit stronger. It gives you the idea that you're going from a 3 to a 4, and that is stability. That is telling you that this celebration isn't in vain. It is actually going to last a lot longer than you thought. Wow, that is really powerful. So what has the collective been manifesting? Yeah, I'll get this. So I'm getting that a lot of the collective are stuck. You are the craftsman. You have honed your craft. You know what you're doing, but you're stuck. You're stuck in the Seven of Pentacles. You keep polishing it. You keep manifesting it. You keep on wanting to surge forward. However, there is some sneaky bastard that's coming in trying to get you to choose other options when you know that the options you've got is absolutely right for you. Tell them to sod off. there is somebody that is really like, you're here saying, I want this one. And this guy is like really forceful. And he's going, no, 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 try this one. And you're like, no, I don't want to. And this is the Five of Thames. This is a transitional card. So you've got the 7 here, but you've got a transitional card here. The 7, you are the craftsman. You know what you're doing. But the 5 is telling me that somebody is trying to persuade you otherwise. Don't let that happen. Stick up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Because right in behind those two, when you tell that person to sod off, the Ace of Thames comes into play. Drawing that energy down, really meaning it this time, a new beginning, watching seeds go off to grow. Now, for those of you that don't know about dandelions, I love dandelions. They grow wild in my garden. I've got to cut them back now because my neighbours are going to be complaining. But dandelions are the first food for the bees, and that's why I leave them. But every part of the dandelion is representative and it is edible. So a dandelion with its beautiful sunflowers here represents the sun. And when it turns to having the seeds, the little ball that we used to tell the time about or make a wish with, that represents the moon. Now, the edible bit is every part of this plant is edible, root, leaf and flower. So this new beginning is telling me that you are in a position where you are the craftsman, you know what you're doing, but you're just waiting for this one thing that will fit everything, that will give you the edge, that will allow you to see seeds go off and grow yourself. When something is that important and vital to our communities and to our bee population, which is absolutely integral to our food production, there may be something that you are thinking, that you are gathering your thoughts about, that you don't want to eat plastic food anymore, that you don't want somebody manufacturing meat out of something that is non-natural. But this new beginning for the collective is a new way of thinking. It's getting rid of the nasty chemicals that we spray on things. It is getting rid of the society's, sorry for want of a better word, but society's lies that they give us about what's actually happening and going on. This is what this is in the middle. So once you remove that person, you have got the craftsman and a new beginning, a new way of thinking, a new energy coming in. But there's this interruption in the middle from this person who is trying to dissuade you from doing what is best for you and the collective, your community, your family, all of that sort of thing. Do you know what? This is a really nice bloody reading. It does give me the feeling that the collective is waking up. And I hate that term. I hate the term awake. I prefer the term becoming aware. And it does feel that suddenly you're starting to realise, hold on a minute, I've got high vibrational energy. I can celebrate. I can do what I do and do it well. And I will have opportunities. There's this sudden thing with the collective that people are like, we're not going to put up with this nonsense anymore. We want to surge forward and be the best that we can be without the interference of other people. Movement and journey where you need to be. So this is the King of Thames. Now he's a learned king. He can come across as being quite stern. He's got an athame, a sword. And he wields it because he wants to get to the bottom of the truth. He wants the crux. He doesn't want the woo-woo. He doesn't want the fluffy. He wants to know what the bottom line is every time. He is great at contracts. He is great at legal stuff. Very often when I read this card, I see solicitors, lawyers, I see advocates, I see doctors, I see nurses, I see social workers. Somebody who has to work within the law, but is also unafraid of challenging people when they have got it wrong. We've just recently seen that in the UK, where Labour were challenged about them not allowing the public to vote for the people that they wanted to look after their local authorities. And unfortunately for Labour, it was illegal. Somebody dug deep and found this. So this movement, this journey, I think in the UK we've seen a shift of power, and I think this is happening worldwide. There is a shift of power because there are people who are highly educated that are now sticking up for Joe Bloggs on the street. They've got the power, they've got the know-how. You know, it could be anybody. It could be somebody who's a social media guru who's got a lot of clout. It may be somebody who's a millionaire who's willing to put his money where his mouth is. It may be that it is a lawyer or a solicitor. What do we call them in this country when they go above that? They are, oh, they wear the wigs, don't they? I can't remember what they're called. But they are way above everybody else. Their knowledge and their experience is such that they know which way the tide is turning. And there is a lot of tide that is turning right now. So, collectively, know your legal side of things and get to the bottom of the truth. Don't keep getting sucked in to the bullshit that our governments or even our local communities are trying to force feed us on a daily basis. Stand in your own truth, my loves. It is really powerful. So what can you do about this situation? Seven of Chalices. Options, choices and blessings. Now with the Seven of Chalices, a lot of people see somebody sneaking away with a chalice. I don't. What I see is options. 7 options. Some of those chalices are full, some of them are empty, and some of them are halfway. Now it's got to be your choice. It's got to be the collective's choice. These little fairies that are whispering in your ear, you need to let that go. That is, again, social prescription. That, again, is socialisation at its worst. These fairies are trying to persuade you to choose one, when in actual fact, all of those options are open to you. And when you become aware that those options are open to you, that is when your harvest comes in. A good crop comes in. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean money. It could be the success of something. It could be that the collective have got together and people are sitting up and listening to what's going on. But whatever it is, this harvest is literally, you can taste it. It's that close to everybody across the world. So your options, know that all of those options are yours. And once you realise that, then the harvest starts to break open. Now, as I say, the harvest could be anything. Yeah, it could be a crop out of the garden. It could be that people are turning to farms and purchasing their goods from farms, and it's giving supermarkets a clear indication of how the tide is turning. It can also be about the tide is turning around what is apparently prescribed for us, which is in 2030, that we will own nothing and be happy. Blow that. Let's blow that one out of the water. This harvest is for the collective. It is not for the governments. So, what is out of your hands? What is it that you can't do anything about right at this moment? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. 10 of Athames, an ending and a beginning. The ending of struggles and feeling highly protected, and the beginning of a new way forward. Allowing yourself into another transition collectively of letting something go. Spilt milk. It's the best one I can do it for. The 4 of chalices. There is a chalice on the floor. It's spilt milk. And it is time now to pour out the other chalice. It's time to let go of what it is that's held you back and held everybody back. Let go of the... Let go of the messages that everything is so wrong in the world. Climate change is our absolute hoo-ha. It's lies. They know it's lies. But look what's in that basket over here. 3 of chalices still in that basket. You've already pulled out the 3 of chalices. So although you may feel that it is comfortable staying with that chalice in your hand, once you pour that chalice out collectively, you will see that there's celebrations that will come in afterwards very quickly. The 9 of Athames. Now this beautiful creature is sitting there with her blanket and she's like, I don't want to look, I don't want to look. But the moon is illuminating her. The moon is illuminating what she needs to do next. This is the collective. Now the 9 isn't quite a 10, it's not a completion, but it will dictate what the completion will look like. You've just got to be brave enough to drop that blanket and go and look out of the window and see what it is that the moon is illuminating. And what it's illuminating is the 3 of Pentacles. Now this is learning from each other, the old and the young coming together to learn from each other. This is about collaborations. This is about the coming together of like minds. Now this is out of your hands at the moment because it's still in the planning stage, but you are feeling a little bit more comfortable. You know what you need to do for both of those cards. And then this collaboration will all of a sudden become clearer to everybody on what it is that you should do. And one of the things that you should do is the Lord of Shadows is step out onto the pathway of life. Return to life and be counted. Return to that pathway that was set for you when you were born and have conviction that this is the right thing to do. Because right in behind that, you've got the Knight of Athames. Messages coming in very quickly and very strongly. So although this is something you can't do anything about, it feels like that there is a lot of momentum and it's going to happen very quickly, almost to the point where you're not going to be able to catch your breath. So reconnecting to your true self or to the true collective. Stop trapping yourselves. 15 and nature. This is a number 6 card. This is about individuals being trapped into believing that something is right, wrong or indifferent. Now, is he setting a trap or is he releasing a trap? For this reading, I think that everybody does feel trapped, and it's down to us to release those traps that bind us to the belief that everything is so wrong at the moment. We need to get back into the collective thinking and feeling that everything is absolutely where it should be. Now that bear behind him is like, you can set a trap, you can release a trap, I don't care. I'm going to go off and dance with the wood nymphs. I'm going to go and have a celebration. And that's what he's encouraging you to do, is release the trap that holds you back and go and have the celebration that is already set in motion. The outcome. the Knight of Pentacles. I love this card. So the Knight of Pentacles is this knight who is traveling in the right direction. There is a hawk above them, which is their eyes for seeing down upon the bigger picture, if you like. They've got a large pentacle and they've got flowers, and they're pink flowers. So this is all about your career, your home life, your investments, not just investments into money, but investments into your career, your home life, your finances. Things are moving in the right direction, slowly as it may be. I don't get slowly, but this card would indicate some sort of slowness. But I think the slowness comes from actually being able to tell yourself that everything is all right. I think things are set in motion, that they're going to happen whether you're ready or not. It's as simple as that. But the Knight of Pentacles comes along with this energy that there is investments to be had, and it could be that you're investing in your home life and into your career, and that will give you the investment that you need collectively for your community to become successful again. Communities have lost their way, and they really do need to have a sense of direction. And I think that's what it's saying, is that although all of this is out of your hands, this one, the sense of direction, the way the wave is going, is down to everybody in the collective. So at the bottom of the deck, a bit further into the future, you've got the Queen of Wands. Now this Queen just knows she's got this wand, and when she waves it, everything that she wants becomes hers. She doesn't have to do a lot of manifestation. She doesn't have to do a lot of wish fulfilling, because she just knows whatever it is hers. And I'm kind of getting from Spirit that this is what they're saying to you. Be the Queen of Wands. Now, she is a fire sign. She's a feisty fucker. But if she's this queen that holds it steady, now, you know me, I will say it as it is. She gets really frustrated with people who haven't got a direction. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And she will bippity boppity boo your ass with that wand if you don't become self-sufficient and know your rights. Know what it is that is going to take you forward and beyond what it is that you're already doing. Very nice. That's a nice reading. But I'm going to go back to the enlightenment and the congratulations, because I think that this awareness that's happening is quite strong, and I think that's where the enlightenment's come in. But the congratulations is that more and more people are looking at the truth and speaking the truth. More and more people are looking for a way out of addictions. More and more people are looking for a way out of bad habits. More and more people are looking for a way out of labelling everything and everyone. So let's ask the angels and the ancestors for some knowledge, wisdom and guidance. Thank you. Right, so start off with spring. This is the hare. Now, I've just seen some videos recently of people picking up leverets because they think they've been abandoned. Leveret's parents will have them in the middle of a field, and it's a nest on top. Unlike rabbits, which the nests are underneath in burrows, hares don't do that with the leverets. Spring. See your seeds grow. So you have got that in this Ace of Athames, but you've also got it in the harvest. So whatever it is that you've planted this spring, those seeds are really taking root. Shaolin Master. Be graceful in movement and action. No sudden jerks, no sudden decisions without thinking things through. Star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Christine came up in that. Enlightenment. That's your inner knowing. That is that gut feeling that for 2 seconds is going to tell you whether something is right or wrong. And then it goes. And then you're left like, fuck, what do I do? But if you go with that initial gut feeling, you will feel so much better. Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. There is a lot of gifts on this table, let me tell you. Medicine Mother, honour your inner knowing. Again, it's about your inner self, your inner story, your inner, I'm going to say it again, vibrational energy. And I'm not surprised by this last card. Moon, take note of intuitive messages. If something pops into your head, you don't know where it's come from, write it down. It may be relevant later on. If something pops into your head and it is urging you to go and do something, go and bloody do it. Or not do it, as the case may be. This morning I was going to go and do a bit of shopping, so I haven't got very much in the house. I've been too ill to do shopping last week. And I sat here and I was like, do I really want to go? And I was like, not really, not really. And then on my local FB page, it came up that there was a car crash on the road that I was going to be going to. And the area is quite chock-a-block. So, yeah, I just decided not to. That was my intuition telling me not to go. Sometimes when you're unwell, sometimes your intuition just feels like not wanting to, and that's where I am. I don't want to. So my darlings, that's your reading for June. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it makes sense to a lot of you. So please be safe. Have a wonderful June, and I will see you in July. Bye for now.